fond companion, a wise and noble spirit, and yet an outsider, always an outsider, even from his own kind. But that will change, for soon he will find our hero.
Sir, please, help me! I beg you!
There. That's better now, isn't it?
You can talk.
Oh, yes. Remember me in after times, when the elder races are long past known, a humble singer of Apollo's worth, left to linger in the woods alone. I was just working on that. A bit self-indulgent, I know.
You can talk.
Oh, dear. You didn't hit your head as well, did you? Oh, cousins, does the warmth of the spring sun not soothe your eternal rage? This wood, heavy with the scent of blossoms. This is no fitting stage for the fires that burn your hearts. Let the maiden be. Oh well, it was worth a try. Come, cousins, this is an exercise in futility. Now, that isn't very sporting. By the light of Apollo! You should not have tested my patience, cousins. When words fail, it's wise to carry a big stick. There, my girl, the threat is over. Remember me in after times, when the elder races are long past known. A humble singer of Apollo's worth, left to linger in the woods alone. Left to linger in the woods alone. Greetings!
A talking satyr?
Satyr, I am Jason, king of Yolkos. This is Hercules, the son of Zeus.
Is that right?
We've come to see the Oracle.
Well, that way leads to the Oracle. Eventually.
We thank you. Hercules?
I wish you good fortune in the caves ahead.
Why? Is there some reason we would need it?
Hold on, I'll take a look.
Hercules, wait! What exactly do you mean?
You've overcome the Cave of Doubts. Well done. Many who come here seeking answers don't have the resolve to ask the questions.
Who are you, satyr?
You may call me Pan. I am a friend of the Oracle. She is waiting for you ahead, just a little further.
Is Delphi your home, Pan?
Now and again. Live as long as I, and you accumulate many homes. This place serves when I'm feeling weary with the world. Someone always comes along who reignites the passion to journey out again. But now you should continue. The Oracle is expecting you.
The fleece!
An artifact of untold power. Only the fleece can undo death. But the fleece has been lost for centuries.
Do you know where it is? How can I find it?
Search under every stone upon the earth. You will not find it.
Then how?
You will need a guide.
3 guides. Each a vessel of divine blood.
Do you mean to say these guides are the descendants of the gods?
The blood of 3 holds the key. Athena, Hermes, Ares. Seek out their bloodlines.
Bring one descendant from each of these gods here to Delphi. Then, the way to the fleece will be made known to you. But will that be an answer?
Or just another question?
Wait! Who are these descendants? Where do I find them?
Come now, aren't you being a little hard on them? Even if they knew where to look, the task ahead is nigh impossible. She's coming around to it. Give her a moment.
How can you tell?
3 islands you must visit. Mycenae, proud land of Ares, where a city hungers to see vengeance in its fierce arena. Saria, wild domain of Hermes, where both predators and mysteries lurk deep within the jungle. Kithra, lost island of Athena, where the echoes of a distant past haunt both swamp and temple.
Mycenae, Saria, Kithra. There your destiny will be forged.
Can you tell me more of these places?
Revealing too much may alter the course of events.
So may revealing too little.
I suppose this means you will be leaving us, Pan.
I believe Jason's quest will be an epic tale, filled with great deeds and worthy heroes. Perhaps I too may have a part to play.
You're coming with us?
If you'll have me.
Pan will speak for us on your journey. He will prove useful to you.
I do not doubt that. Welcome aboard the Argo, Pan.
The Argo. Jason and the Argonauts. There's a fine title for a tale.
It's time we leave. To the ship!
I've heard many tales of your great deeds, Hercules. Perhaps I could hear them again, directly from the man who did them.
I'm no poet, Pan. I'm sure what you've heard already is better said than anything I can muster.
Ah, my friend, not so. A man can always tell his own story better than anyone can tell it for him. A poet's imagination is a pleasant substitute for what he doesn't know. But when you tell your own tale, you know everything.
Hadn't thought of it that way.
I would rather a mute communicate his experience than hear a practiced bard guess on his behalf.
All right then. We'll swap tales over dinner. I'm sure you have a few of your own.
Ah, life at sea. I was just beginning to miss it. You came at a good time, Jason.
It is customary for the captain to know the passengers on his ship. Tell me something of yourself, Pat.
We have a long voyage ahead of us, but even still, I doubt there'd be enough time to tell you everything. Let's just say I was born long ago and far away, and since then, I've traveled farther still.
They say satyrs choose how long they live. Do you still count your years?
Oh, I lost count long ago. I count by centuries now. I've at least one of those for each of my fingers.
How is that possible?
The world is a better place with mysteries in it, I think. Suffice to say, I still feel young at heart, particularly when surrounded by good company. I've been feeling quite spry since coming aboard, I must say.
How do you know the Oracle?
Oh, I've been friends with many oracles. The current one is quite new and yet quite promising. Most men find her speech unsettling, but I find it an invigorating web of meanings. We keep each other company now and then, that's all. Delphi is a great place to meet interesting people. The Oracle has such fascinating visitors.
Make yourself comfortable, Pan.
You play well, Pan.
Thank you. I've had many years to practice.
I've never seen pipes like those.
Ah, yes. My syrinx. I named them after a beautiful nymph I once knew.
Where is she now?
Here, in the music that I play. You see, I loved her very dearly, but that love was not returned. One day I went to speak with her, to tell her that I would no longer visit if she found my company unpleasant.
And what did she say?
Alas, I'll never know. Fearing I had come to woo her yet again, she ran from me. In her haste, she fell into a river and was drowned. The river nymphs took pity on her and transformed her into river reeds. I used them to make these pipes.
A sad tale, Pan.
Love is a powerful thing, my friend, but it does not always lead to happy endings. Have you heard of the Acthnisi, Jason?
Some sort of fire spirit.
Yes, a type of salamander, in fact. They appear as tongues of flame amidst the masts and rigging of ships. They were with us last night.
An auspicious sign, I've heard.
I would say doubly so, given this island is aligned with Ares, whose symbol is a fiery torch. I take it to mean that we were right to come here, that we'll find favor with Ares on Mycenae.
Your sight is much sharper than my own when it comes to signs, Pan. I do know this, though. We're not leaving Mycenae without King Lycomedes on board.
Such confidence makes me think I have a future as a minor oracle. After all, learning to see the signs around us is the one sight that grows sharper with age. Mycenae is a land of Ares. The people here are proud and fierce.
Pan, you speak for the Oracle. What can you tell me of Apollo?
I can tell you that your deeds have pleased him. Indeed, I dare say the sun shines brighter for you than for others, Jason.
And what powers does Apollo grant his champions?
The power of light as a weapon or a shield. Gifts of clarity and insight, or healing to recover from wounds.
Tell me of Apollo's healing power.
The power to heal is both mortal and divine. It is a creative force. In mortals, the art of healing depends upon the compendium of collected human knowledge. Apollo, whose understanding is perfect, heals perfectly, instantly. Apollo's healing power is a great boon indeed. Call upon him, and his light will heal you, Jason.
Tell me of Apollo's armor.
Armed with a noble purpose, the champion of Apollo stands as a golden paragon upon the field of battle. No strike can bend him from that purpose. No force of arms can divert his focused will. The blade cuts shallow against him. The blow strikes softer. Apollo may help you shine in this way. Call upon him and be bathed in his radiance.
Tell me of Apollo's shield.
The sun itself is Apollo's shield, and it can be yours as well. Now, the sun nourishes, the sun restores, it feeds the crops and the trees, it warms the body and soothes the mind. But the sun also destroys. It withers the fields and bakes the earth. Apollo commands the sun, does he not? And so his champions also nourish and also destroy. When destruction is your purpose, call upon him, and let the fury of the sun infuse your shield. Any foolish enough to strike you will feel its power.
Speak to me of Apollo's light.
What force is stronger than the sun? The god of light. Ask to see his light. The god of sun, ask that he shine upon you. His champions need only ask, and he will give to them his divine light, such as you have never seen. And those who stand against them will be burned and blinded by its brilliance.
Tell me of the aspects of Apollo.
Apollo is the god of healing. Through his aspects, your prayers and appeals can be more swiftly delivered.
Pan, you spend more time with the Oracle than anyone. What can you tell me of her?
Let's see. I'll tell you the tale of how she became the Oracle. I asked her that once, and this is what she said. It was because I asked an answer.
How's that?
After the Oracle Pelagia ran off with her would-be assassin, the current Oracle was drawn to Delphi. But she did not have a question. No, she had an answer. And she did not seek an answer. She sought a question. Would she become the next Oracle?
So her answer was yes.
No. Her answer was the reflection of moonlight on sea foam.
I don't follow.
Neither do I. I suppose that's why neither of us is the Oracle.
That's all for now, Pan. Thank you.
The Agora of Mycenae. Truth, honor, and victory. Let no deceiver utter sound in this place. Let no dissembler show his guile within this square. Let no man or woman speak false beneath the gaze of unflinching Ares.
Those found to lie in this agora have their tongues removed. One wouldn't expect it, but some of the finest orators in Greece reside here. They've learned to choose their words most carefully.
The Palace of Mycenae, the Rock of Ares. This fortress has stood unconquered since the time Ares lent his aid to build it. Only those of royal Mycenaean blood or divine service may walk the inner halls.
I once heard tale of a thief who foolishly attempted to steal from the fortress of Ares. He was discovered by a young scullery maid, who then proceeded to deftly dispatch him with a meat knife. They will be singing your name on Mycenae for generations. An innocent man who overcame an unjust charge. A hero of the arena. The savior of the king.
That's all for now. Thank you.
There are satyrs here on Saria, cruel and vicious.
Why aren't there more satyrs like you, Pan?
Oh, I'm not so different from the others. We share the same fundamental nature, at the heart of which is the uncontrollable pursuit of our own desires. Their desires are just more limited than my own.
Your desires, as you put it, consider more than just yourself.
I'm not sure altruism exists. Can we have a completely unselfish desire to help others? Let us pretend we're two rival shepherds, and we're beset by a ravenous wolf. If you betray me by opening my herd gate, the wolf will eat my entire flock, but spare all your animals. If you don't betray me, but I betray you, the wolf will eat your animals and spare mine. If we both betray each other, the wolf will glut on both our flocks, and we will each lose half our beasts. If neither of us betrays the other, the wolf must feed while our flocks graze, and we'll each lose only a tenth. So what would you do? Betray me or not?
I would trust that you don't betray me, so I wouldn't betray you either.
But is your trust misplaced? You see, I'm best served by betraying you, whatever choice you make. If you chose to betray me, then I'd have lost all my flock, unless I betrayed you in kind. If you chose not to betray me, as you did, then I can keep all my flock by betraying you. How can altruism succeed when it is always the worst of choices?
I can't read this. I think it's in Centaur.
Perhaps I can get a sense of it. Let's see. My centaur is a bit out of practice, but I believe this hymn refers to the arrival of the Nasiros tribe to Saria. It appears they sailed for months to get here. It says the messenger guided them here.
We Nasiros believe that all things created have life. Weapons, pots, homes, everything. I don't choose the form to give to a piece of metal. I only help it become the form it chooses for itself.
A beautiful perspective. Similarly, a good staff is not made, but found. I like to think of my own staff as a child of a great tree. A child overcome with wanderlust to see the world.
That's Stracus. You will have to forgive him. I gave him some mushrooms to ease his pain. For a while, he is going to be difficult to understand.
Haha, Panta! Wata Tokechi! Ganyes!
Can you tell me what he's saying?
What? Slow me, Tommy! The Tato Wata Satiro!
He says now he knows he is drunk, The goat is beginning to look like a satyr. Sorry.
God yes! God yes!
How was he hurt?
What else? Satyrs. Hypnage does not leave wounded. Stracus was ambushed in the jungle while scouting. One of those fiends slung a rock at his head. His skull's been aching since.
Anola fa! That rock costing 4 warriors! Hoorah!
What mushrooms did he eat?
Lethcaps. They ease pain and help wounds heal. There are side effects, but our size helps to dilute their mind-altering effects. If one of your size were to eat just a single cap, you'd likely go mad.
Fascinating. I'd love to examine one of these caps.
Not now, Pan.
Now I'd put the Stymphalian birds up against your chimera any day.
I've seen a chimera breathe forth a fearful blast of searing fire. No bird could withstand that.
Well, then, the giant Geryon and his 2-headed dog Orthrus. Now they wouldn't have any difficulty with a chimera.
It's 2 against 1. If we're going to pick teams, then I'll pair my chimera with a sphinx.
That changes everything. The, Lernaean Hydra, then, is one of mine.
The Lernaean Hydra had 9 heads. That isn't fair at all.
But only 1 body. That counts. And for my second, I'll take the Nemean Lion. Now that's a team.
Fine. But now that I know the rules, I'll also change my selections. Scylla and Charybdis. There, beat that.
Oh, come now, Pan. Now you're being unreasonable. Looks like Atalanta and Lycus have settled in. I'm glad they're aboard.
Me too. Both will make fine allies.
Right before you arrived on Delphi, we were having a debate. I was trying to come up with an apt simile for a strong mind. I suggested the strong mind was like a trap. What goes in, stays in. The oracle replied, "A mind like a trap is great for killing what it catches." So I asked her opinion on the matter.
And what comparison did she offer?
She said, "A strong mind is like a diamond. It sparkles brightest when it absorbs the light of truth. It has more than one facet, is precious beyond compare, and there is nothing it cannot cut." It's difficult to debate with someone who has all the answers.
This place looks deserted. We need to make port where there are some women to be found.
The fairer sex is a salve to ease all care.
Human women.
I have loved all types, and each has been an infinite joy.
Sounds more like lust than love.
No. To truly love one woman, you must first be able to love all women. Each helps you love more fully the next.
Then I should be pretty damn good by now.
Now you're the one confusing love and lust.
Oh, I never do that. Love drains a man of his sense and courage. Lust only drains his purse.
It will be interesting to see how much of the Kithra I remember still remains.
Looks like a pleasant stop.
What wonderful place will you take us next, Jason?
This place was once full of life. Fishermen at work, ships arriving to bring travelers from all over Greece. Further in this Kithra village, and the temple of Athena itself.
From the looks of things, we're wasting our time. There's no one here. Blood of Athena or otherwise?
It's one of the great mysteries. One day, during a fantastic thunderstorm, everything just stopped. News from Kithra simply ceased to exist. Travelers arrived to find the island deserted and the temple sealed. Some claim they found a city of statues, as if the people had left behind monuments to themselves.
And what of the fleece?
Kithra was once home to the Golden Fleece. Some think the fleece could still be here. As far as I know, no one's been inside the temple since that great storm so many years ago.
Somewhere on this island is the person we seek.
If only we came before the vanishing, you could have chosen between two members of Athena's bloodline. Twins.
Twins?
The High Priestess Medusa and her brother Perseus, the Temple Guardian. Both young and beautiful and full of promise, the pride of Kithra. But they vanished along with the rest. The one we seek would have to be many generations removed from those siblings.
And what?
As far as I know, no...
The sooner we start looking, the sooner we'll finish. Come. Here, did proud Arachne hang herself after realizing the folly of her arrogance. The Weaver, whose skill was flawless but whose wisdom wasn't, chose to challenge Athena herself. Arachne wove a tapestry disrespectful to the gods. When compared to the noble work of Athena, Arachne could not bear her shame. Athena took pity on Arachne and turned her lifeless form into a spider.
Skill without discipline or wisdom is only potential. These panels tell the story of the origins of the Golden Fleece. When this temple was first built, Athena herself inspired the artists. Would you like me to narrate?
Tell us the tale, Pan.
As you wish. When Zeus claimed dominion over land and sky, not all of the vanquished Titans were sent to Tartarus. Those who did not oppose Olympus were spared, including the brothers Prometheus and Epimetheus. These artful brothers were charged by Zeus to create both man and beasts to populate the new Olympian world.
And then?
Epimetheus worked first and created the beasts. He gave to each their qualities. The birds were given flight. The bear was made strong. The horse swift. The peacock beautiful.
What of this next panel?
Prometheus then set about creating man, only to discover all the good qualities had been given to the beasts. Man would be a flawed creation.
Flawed.
But to make up for this, Prometheus gave him two great gifts. An upright form in the image of the gods, and knowledge of fire, stolen from Olympus. With these gifts, Prometheus knew man would gain superiority over the beasts and the birds and the fish.
What of this next panel?
Epimetheus was jealous of his brother's craft, not wishing to be judged the lesser by Zeus. And so he made one more beast, taking back all the qualities from the others and giving them to this new creation. When he was done, there stood a magnificent golden ram. Epimetheus boasted that man was inferior to his creation in every way.
Go on.
Crafty Prometheus suggested they bring their two creations together to better judge their qualities. Prometheus knew that despite two great gifts, man also had vices, among them jealousy and a hunger for power.
And a hunger for mutton.
Continue, Pan.
When the two were placed together, the man quickly saw that the ram was beautiful, potent, and completely trusting. Seeing this, the man fashioned a spear, slew the ram, and took its hide, which he then wore as a proud raiment.
The ram's hide is the golden fleece.
As old as mankind, a symbol of both his vice and his virtue.
So the first weapon was a spear. Good choice.
Continue, Pan.
The Titan brothers were sent to Tartarus, Prometheus for stealing fire, and Epimetheus for creating the ram. The gods of Olympus then argued about what to do with the fleece. Zeus wanted to destroy it, but Hermes believed it should remain in the world to ensure everything done could be undone. Ultimately, a compromise was reached. The fleece would remain in the mortal world, provided it was kept under the care of wise Athena.
That turned out well, didn't it? Should have given it to Ares.
What of this next panel?
And so the fleece was kept here at Athena's temple on Kithra, guarded by her priests. Athena gave a drop of her divine blood to her first high priest as a boon to assist in this sacred duty. And so the bloodline of Athena was established.
There's a lesson for us all in that tale. Well done, Pan.
The pleasure is mine.
I believe you.
Let's go.
There are divergent opinions on which first sprang forth from the dark void of chaos. Gaia or Eros? Earth or love? Now, Gaia, as we know, provided stability where before there was only nothingness.
Gaia was first. Without Gaia, the rest had no place to be created.
But Eros is the basis of creation. And would not the first creation have to be creation itself?
There'd have to be someplace else before creation could even be possible.
I concede that point.
And that's why Gaia was first.
Yeah, fascinating debate, my friend. Perhaps you're right, but I prefer to believe in the primacy of love. Far better in my eye that the world could not be without love, then love could not be without the world.
Tartarus. We've been to some strange places chasing the fleece, but none this strange.
No living thing has ever laid eyes on Tartarus. We will be the first, Jason. Amazing. Some might say what's happened here is a triumph for the Black Tongues. I say it's a grave mistake, for now they face a man fighting for his home. And there's nothing in this world more fierce than that.